Hitch explain what she's doing,
Okay.
and also explain why she'll be hovering around the tables talking to you. Okay?
All right. So I'm from the University of Sussex, and part of my research is based on weight management in young children and obesity management in young children and adults. A few days ago, I was driving down the M23, listening to Radio London and Vanessa Feltz, as I usually do, and I heard her talk about obesity management and, to talk about how the government is thinking about getting the food companies to reduce the sugar in fizzy drinks, and therefore, implying tax on all these high-fat foods as such. And I got a little bit worried because I thought, it's not what you put on the shelf that counts, it's how you support these people who have a problem with weight management and who don't know anything because they are not getting the right information, they're not getting the right support, and they want to learn about how they can manage their problem. And so I went on to Vanessa and I put my point forward. And I started off by saying usually obese families, you find obese children because it's the way the parents are. They don't have that support, so no one's telling them about the right food, the healthy foods, as you're learning here today, and how superb it is. I'm really impressed, by the way, Farah. And, because I've never fried onions in water. This is my first.
Welcome.
Yeah, and it's very impressive, and that's what my husband's going to do because he cooks, not me. So, there we go. But that's life. But getting back to this topic, Vanessa went on at me saying, my point that I was making was we need, as a community, to support people who want help. It's very, very difficult when you're conducting research in obesity. You cannot go to a parent and say, or you cannot go to a person who is overweight and say, hey, you're fat or you're overweight. How can I help you? What can I do? So my first thing, and I'm putting in for an NIHR grant, and the first thing that I need to look for is focus groups, people who are willing to come on board, who are and who do have a weight management problem, who know families where you have young children who are obese, who are overweight. How do we get to help them? And my point I'm trying to make is my first stance of approach would be to ask them, what do they want? How do they want me to talk to them? If they want to have help from me, what should I go up to them and say? How would they like to be talked to? There are people. We need to be mindful, and it's a very sensitive issue. So this, I think, is kind of groundbreaking research in the way how you approach people who are obese, how you approach parents who are obese, because research in America has actually shown when parents are told that they have obese children and they themselves are obese, they will blank the people out, they blank out the healthcare professionals, and they don't want to know, and they don't want that help. So it's a very sensitive issue. So if you are happy to participate in a focus group, I will ask Farah for some information about your contact details, and it'll be about 3 months down the road, or a couple of months down the road. My first round of application submission is in November, and so I'm teaching in Spain that week. But what I'll be doing is sort of try and get people on board and see how I can come out to you to have a chat with you if you're all happy for that. Is that okay?
Absolutely. We have a MailChimp. Everybody's on our MailChimp, so we can include you on the MailChimp. So that will reach out to everybody who's been to our classes, anybody who's interested in the project, and also people who we unfortunately have to turn away from the classes as well.
And not to take up too much of your time from cooking, because I have a long journey and I know you're all dying to cook as well. I've been going around taking photos. I am going to write a blog for the University of Sussex, my website, and it'll be up there. So if you don't really want to be on the photos, if you don't want to be involved, please let me know. Yeah.
And what's your website? Where can we?
Oh, it's the University of Sussex website. So if you Google my name,
Dr. Geeta Hitch.
And I can give you a few cards here.
And we'll include a link to it also in MailChimp.
There is a link on the pharmacy department. I'm a lecturer in pharmacy. I myself am a pharmacist, and I have various research interests. Namely, one of them is obesity management, but the other one is antimicrobial resistance, which has got nothing to do with anything here. All right, thanks a lot, guys. As you are.
Thank you. No, thank you very much. No. I mean, there's such an opportunity here to speak to.
Yeah.
You've got 39 other people who are here, plus us. You know, it's such an opportunity to speak to people because it's just organic networking.
Yes, it is actually. It is. And it is a pleasant way of networking, I might add. After we go to conferences, but this is by the best thing that I have done.
So let's move on.